Thank you. It's my honor to announce an award. I'm extremely honored to introduce an individual who heads an organization that helps those who have been sacrificed, those who sacrificed their loved ones in battle. It's my privilege to introduce you, Shlomi Nahumson, the CEO of the IDF Widows and Orphans organization, together with Sagit Greenberg, a widow of Amotz Greenberg, who was killed during Operation Protective Edge. While they come up, the things that this organization does, the lives that they change, are substantial. We just saw that a few weeks ago in our conference in Jerusalem. So, please come here. I'll just read off the plaque. The Jerusalem Post Award of Outstanding Impact and Dedication to Israeli Society is presented to the IDF Widows and Orphans organization for their unwavering commitment to the holistic support and care of widows and orphans of Israel's fallen soldiers.
I'm honored to be here with so many passionate leaders, advocates, and visionaries as we come together to support Israel in these trying times. To begin, I would like to thank the Jerusalem Post for this award and for recognizing the hard work that the IDF Widows and Orphans organization carries out 365 days a year in support of the widows and orphans of Israel's fallen heroes. Specifically, I want to acknowledge the IDF Widows and Orphans organization's ability to rise to the challenge in this unparalleled moment in Israel's history, wholeheartedly serving the unprecedented number of orphans and widows who have joined our community since October 7th. The state of Israel is not always an easy place to live in, to say the least, but it is our homeland, the one we love, the one and only. In this violent region, the only reason the state of Israel still exists today, the reason we can continue to go to work, to send our children to school, the reason you can grab your passports and come to Israel, enjoy the beaches of Tel Aviv, and visit the Kotel in Jerusalem. It is thanks to the brave men and women who left their homes, kissed their spouses, hugged their children goodbye, and went to defend our country. All of them knowing very well that there is a chance they may not return. The loved ones of 3 such brave men who did not return are here with us today. I have always thought of myself not as an optimist, not as a pessimist, but as a realist. As an Israeli, I know very well that the environment in which we live in, war has been part of it, and I assumed it will continue to be. This is why 3 years ago, when I was appointed CEO, I instructed our staff to be prepared for a war. But in my 14 years at the IDF Widows and Orphans organization, I could never have expected the staggering amount of loss we would face. Since the horrific Hamas attacks on October 7th and the ongoing swords of Iron War, our community has tragically and significantly grown over the past several months by 520 orphans and 250 widows. 31 of these widows were widowed pregnant, and we're expecting children to be born to this undesired status. Every single one of these numbers represents beloved family members of the fallen heroes who died protecting the state of Israel. Heartbreakingly, we know that these numbers may continue to rise. There's nothing we can do to bring these heroes back to life, and there's nobody who can ever replace them. But what we can do, what we must do, is to stand by their families and try to make everything else perfect for them, as they have paid the highest price for our nation's freedom. After the funerals and ceremonies, after the Shiva visits, and after everyone goes back to their routines, IDF Widows and Orphans is committed to supporting these families every step of the way, in their biggest moments and their smallest, for life. After Sagit Greenberg lost her husband, Amotz, Zichrono Livracha, who died in battle almost 10 years ago during Operation Protective Edge in Gaza, we made her journey ours. We are now making the first steps in the journeys of Rotem and Revital, as well as the other widows and orphans of this war. But we are not alone in this. There's a saying that Israel is too important to leave it to the hands of Israelis alone. In a similar vein, while the government and the IDF are fully committed to supporting the bereaved families, taking care of the widows and the orphans of our heroes is too important to be left to them alone. It is not just a responsibility, it's an obligation of each and every one of us, the collective community of our people and allies, to ensure the care of these families who have paid the highest price. But it goes beyond a moral obligation. Embracing the widows and orphans of our fallen heroes sends a loud and clear message to every soldier risking their lives in the battlefields of Gaza, Lebanon, or anywhere else, that if God forbid something happens to them, we, all of us, will be taking care of their beloved wives and children. They cannot run headfirst into the fire without knowing that. They can't. That is why this moral obligation is also essential for the security of our nation. Our mission at IDF Widows and Orphans Organization isn't a government mission. It's not a military mission. It's a people's mission. All of you who have joined us, if you see yourselves as part of Israel, you are part of our journey as well. The success of our mission is up to all of us together. And today, I'm proud to announce the establishment of the American Friends of the IDF Widows and Orphans Organization. Thank you. We extend to each one of you a warm invitation to join in our efforts to remember the fallen, honor their legacy, and do whatever we can to make sure that everything for their loved ones is as perfect as possible. May the families in our care continue to strengthen and be strengthened by those surrounding them, and may we always remember the heroes who made the ultimate sacrifice for the state of Israel and their families. Thank you so much. Toda Rabba. Am Israel Chai.